Hello everyone, Vincent Briatore here. Thank you for tuning in today to listen to me rant and rave about the modern world. Today I wanted to make a comment a little bit about something I've been seeing the past few days that's been very frustrating for me. Very frustrating. I think a lot of people it's been a little bit frustrating. It kind of pulls at your heartstrings, and that's of the immigrants that are being kept in these detention centers that are apparently being separated from their children from a few days. I think it's just 3 to 4 days. I think they're separated, okay? And everybody is getting so agitated about this. And it's kind of funny that it pops out now, not to take sides politically or everything, but this has been going on for a long time. Okay, but it's now being brought up and kind of polarized, kind of wanting to blame it on the Trump administration. Well, that's not the point, okay? I just would like to talk a little bit further about this regretful, sad thing that is going on, but it's happening for a reason. And it's easy to complain about these things that even I and everyone probably feels bad about. It's not ideal, okay? But what are the solutions? What is realistically the solutions? Okay, so the media shows you all these images. It's like children being separated, and they always show like a toddler, which is most of the time not the case, okay? And these children, okay, the main reason they're split up, I'll start from the first point, and we'll just move on. First reason is, think about thousands of people held in detention centers, okay? For their safety and the safety of the children and everyone, these people have to be split up, okay, to be processed. And to put in groups, the children, and with groups with other children of the same age group, okay? So a 3-year-old is not put in a group with 17-year-olds. Now remember, this is only for a few days. This has been going on a long time. This is standard procedure. You imagine, even in the U.S., CPS snatches kids from parents all the time. If they believe a crime is committed, or even smaller offenses, even on rumors, sometimes they'll go ahead and remove the child from the house. And anytime a crime is committed, okay, and you're arrested, your child is taken into custody. Okay, this is no different if you really want to get down to brass tacks. They're committing a crime. They're committing a crime, okay? So this is what disturbs me is everybody's like, the children. It's like, do you realize that if you really want to make the argument, okay, apart from the fact that it's a crime, the journey that a lot of these people make from Mexico to South America is extremely dangerous. Most of the time, they don't have enough food to even make the journey, so they rely on charity and these groups that assist them in making the journey. It's very dangerous, extremely dangerous for these children. So technically speaking, you could say that is a form of abuse. And when we take these people into custody and their children, they're being fed. We're feeding these children. So actually, we're doing a service to them. For their own safety, yeah, we're splitting up. We can't keep thousands of people that are coming in. We just keep them in one big room. Like, it doesn't make any sense. It's dangerous. It just doesn't make any sense. But it's portrayed as these toddlers being pulled away from the parents. It's very controversial. I remember I made a video a little while ago about the caravan of people that was headed from South America. It was like thousands of people headed up. They ended up stopping them at the border. I think some were left in. Some are still struggling in the system, trying to get in, okay? And obviously, I had some very controversial feelings about it. I didn't like that. I think they should be stopped. I don't think they should be let in because they're committing a crime, okay? Now, the big question here is this: if you let these people in, is this going to set a precedent for other people to like, if you have a child, go there, they'll let you in. The whole world is going to, if you're saying the only prerequisite is to be able to show up at the border, if you have the means to show up at the border, we'll let you in. It's just a dangerous precedent, okay? And I know I hate seeing the children dying. I hate people being separated for a few days from their parents. God forbid. But you need to understand, 15,000 children under the age of 5 die every single day of preventable diseases and starvation. I was getting a little tongue-tied. Every day. So if you think that the United States can be the safe haven, you're wrong. It's going to cost everyone. We're all going to be poor. We're all going to be on welfare. It's just not possible. Now, am I against giving funding and helping these groups? Of course not. I don't think anybody should die. I'm for universal health care here in the United States. I don't think that an American should die of preventable disease because he can't afford care. But to implement these things, we can't just let anybody move into the country, okay? Every great nation has been brought to its knees by illegal immigration. I'm from Italy. I grew up in Italy. I've seen this firsthand. Sweden, all over the place. Even the Roman Empire was brought to its knees by illegal immigration because it destroys. It's a incredibly huge burden on the system. And anytime someone tries to tell you any different, they're lying. They're lying with statistics. They're not taking things into consideration when it comes to the overall cost of illegal immigrants coming into the country, especially families with children. Okay, so we need to slow down here and look at this and be Conscientious, like think it through. What are the solutions? What are the implications 5, 10 years down the road for our economy, for our homes, for us, for everyone here in the United States? And I don't mean to be selfish, but in the end, you know, you have to look out for yourself to some degree. And I try to be patriotic. I served in the military, okay? I just don't want to see this country destroyed. A lot of my friends, excuse me, a lot of my friends that are from Mexico, they've become citizens legally, served in the military, Air Force stuff, they don't want the illegal immigration. They're against this because they don't want to see. They know it'll deteriorate the country. One thing that I hear of over and over again that I find very frustrating is this saying that people say, oh, you know, once upon a time, we're all immigrants. You know, at one point in time, we were all immigrants. And I'm like, what does that mean? What does that mean? There's just different situations, different requirements, different needs labor-wise. So at different periods of time, we let in immigrants legally from different countries. It's just different circumstances. Okay, but they've changed. Now we have a law. It's illegal. Like, this is the situation. We got a lot of issues and dangers internationally, and we make it because we can't. We can't just give welfare and food and all this shelter to people. We're not doing it for people in the U.S. We're not doing it for our own citizens. We can't just do it for everybody. So let's be realistic. Okay, so what I would say to these people that say stuff like that, it's like, well, you know, like, it doesn't make any sense, okay? Back in the day, you can choose any law, right? There's something that used to be legal 50 years ago that's not legal now. Well, it used to be legal to do heroin, okay? So what am I going to say? Well, you know, it used to be legal. Laws change. It used to be legal to beat your wife. It used to be legal to own another person into slavery, okay? But the laws have changed. So they've set the precedent, and this is the way they are. And there's reasons for those laws. Just like with immigration. Illegal people, you can't just cross the border and jump into the U.S. and think that you're going to stay here. That's just the way it is. It doesn't matter if once upon a time, people, your ancestors did it. Other people did it. It doesn't matter, okay? It doesn't make any sense. Because someone committed a crime once and got away with it, that means that everyone should be allowed to commit the same crime regardless? Like, I just don't know. These people, they're not patriots to me. I think they let their heartstrings get pulled and bamboozled into things without thinking of the actual implications of it, just because it sets a precedent that more people are going to come to the border. We let more people in. We let more people in. We let more people in. We're only 8%. The United States is like 8% of the overall population of the entire world. Okay? So it's mind-boggling. The idea that, you know, third world countries are just going to pile in the entire South America, 50% of South America, the people are just going to come into the United States. And everybody's going to have sob stories. Everybody's going to have sob stories and need asylum. But you think, how truthful are most of these things? I mean, they're looking for a better life. Nobody can blame them. But in the end, you got to look out for yourself, okay? Am I saying we shouldn't feed these people? Am I saying we shouldn't help them? No, but we should sit at a table and decide how we're going to help these people, what we can do to improve the world, right? But we're not going to just open our borders and think we're just going to keep everybody here and just be like, yay, this is just going to work out long term. Everybody's going to be happy. It's just people don't think. And so, do I like seeing those pictures? No, but I think it's very sensationalized. Okay, they picked the one time that there's a toddler ripped from their parents. Like, they're not thinking that toddler's crying because they're hungry, because they didn't eat for days. The parents neglected that child for days trying to get to the United States, and now we're going to feed that child. They don't tell you that. We don't say the good that we're doing, even though we don't have to. Like I said, what do you want? Maybe we should just seal up those borders. We seal up the border. We don't let anybody in. Not even like you get caught, we just stick you outside the wall, right? We build the wall, we stick them outside. But then people be sitting there and people complain. It's like, oh, people starving. Families, children are starving outside the wall. So we say, okay, you know what we'll do? We'll slip them some food. We'll feed them. And then next thing you know, you got a tent city outside of the walls, like you see in these future movies, you know, where they got the city and they got these huge walls, and outside the huge walls, it's like a desert, you know, and people are dying. Oh, Madonna. That's what the situation. So I don't know. Like I said, I don't think we should encourage it. It should be difficult process. You committed a crime. The more difficult the process, the more heart-wrenching, less people will think that the United States is a good deal. Less people will try. They need to find other solutions. I'm sorry, we can't. We can't afford to take people in. Like, we've assessed that. So what is a long-term solution to this? The world is not, the world is a brutal place, okay? It's not all... it's not all Fruit Loops and rainbows or whatever you want to call it. It's not roses and rainbows, blue skies, and and pies, okay? It's not. It's a rough place out there. And you have an incredible privilege just being in the United States, being born here and living your life, okay? We have an incredible privilege, so let's not squander it. And let's not squander it. Somebody needs to take the reins here and actually have the guts to make the tough decisions, right? Instead of just complaining, oh, we're splitting up parents from children for a few days. I'm like, what do you think that happens every day in this country? This happens all the time to U.S. people. All the time. These people are starving. We're feeding them. Like, what do you, like, do you think that all these people, 1,000 people should be in one room? Like, do you think that's safe? And it's been going on for a long time, but now we're going to bring it up. Now we're going to bring it up and be like, hey, this, it's all screwed up. And it's like, I don't agree with everything the president does. I've never agreed with everything that any president has done. But let's just look at the facts. Let's not pull out anything out of our ass to just go on a charade. I don't like it. What do you guys think about this situation? Let me know. I don't know. It's very frustrating things. I don't mean to get all fired up, but in some, it is what it is, right? It is what it is. I don't know. Now I got fired up. I'll just upload this one. Thank you guys for tuning in as always. I'll post something tomorrow. Let me know what you think. Maybe we can discuss this topic further. It just irritates me because I feel like the media pushes this narrative, this agenda, right? And it's over and over and gets reposted. It just brainwashes people. I'm like, what do you want to do? What do you want to do? Then let the people live at your house. Let the people live at your house then. Do you want that? Oh, no. I don't want that. I don't want that. No, figurati. Okay, guys, take it easy, man. Take it easy.